Hi everybody. So I was inspired by all these new bulbs that's going around on Pinterest. They look nice and old and rustic and vintage, and I wanted to incorporate that look for my Christmas trees this year, and I decided to DIY these. So if you want to see how I did mine over, then keep watching, because these bulbs are really beautiful and they've got a vintage look, but they're really pricey and they're all over Pinterest. So I decided to do my own. Okay, so I went to Walmart first of all, and I got ribbon. I got these ribbon to go on in the bulbs after I made them. Now, this was just an experiment, and I didn't think I was going to do this video at first. I wanted to see how they came out, so I did about 20 bulbs, and they were new. They were old bulbs that I already had, and these are the different color ribbons I got. And I'm sorry, I think I said I got these from Walmart. I got those from Hobby Lobby. I'm sorry. Hobby Lobby, they got them for like $1.99, and they're like a velvet ribbon. So this is one of my old bulbs. I just used a little bit of plaster of Paris on it and some rub and buff, and they came out with such a nice texture and such a nice vintage look. And you could see there in the container behind me all those bulbs that I did over, and those are not new bulbs. Those are old bulbs that I already had, and I just rubbed a little bit of plaster of Paris on them and let them dry, and rubbed a little bit of rub and buff, and they came out beautifully. So I'm going to demonstrate to you guys how I did it. Now, I'm quite sure there's other quicker ways to doing this, doing your bulbs over, but there's lots of videos all over YouTube as far as with doing them, but I just had those inspiration pictures that I lifted off of Pinterest, and that's what I went by. So I did get a box of clear bulbs, and they were glass. So I noticed with the glass bulbs, they come out with a really nice shine. Now these bulbs are plastic. So here, these are the glass bulbs that the glass ornaments I was telling you about. I got these from Walmart, and they were really inexpensive. They were under $4. Now that one right there that I'm showing you, that flat wide one, that was a leftover from last year, and so was that, and I got that from Dollar Tree. You'll see those big ones all over Dollar Tree, and that flat round one I had got from in a container from Hobby Lobby. And they're really inexpensive because they're clear bulbs. Whether you get the glass kind or the clear rubber kind, they're really inexpensive. Now, I'm working here with the glass bulbs. Now, if you get the glass bulbs, be careful, because it is glass, and when you take that top off, you can cut yourself. Okay, so just don't be a rebel like me. Wear gloves and just be careful. Now, I just put in some looking glass spray. Now, I'm using right here a heat gun. Now, that heat gun is really powerful. Okay, it warmed this glass bulb up so much. It made it so hot. So if I were you and you were going to do this technique, use a blow dryer. Don't use a high powered tool like that. I just couldn't find my blow dryer for some reason, and you see I'm in my craft area, and I just didn't feel like getting up, looking for my blow dryer, going through the house looking for my blow dryer, my hair blow dryer. So I just used what I always have on hand, which is that heat gun when I be doing my crafts. But yeah, you get yourself some looking glass spray. I got my looking glass spray from Home Depot, but and one word of advice: try not to buy the looking glass spray off of Amazon. It is deeply overpriced on Amazon. They want like $31. I saw a vendor on Amazon wanting like $31.99 for Looking Glass spray. When if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, I never seen it in Walmart in their paint section, but always check. I paid $16 for my my bottle of Looking Glass spray. So please don't pay no more than that for it. So there, I'm just spraying in some of the Looking Glass spray, and what's inside that clear container that I sprayed, that's just a little bit of water and vinegar. It's like a 50-50 mix, and I spray that in to give me more of that Mercury glass look. See, the bulb got so hot, I had to sit it down in an egg tray. I'm using an old egg tray to let the bulbs cool off and drain out extra, paint that's inside the bulb without making a mess. So yeah, so this was my technique to get the silver Looking Glass look, the mirror, what is it called? Y'all forgive me, please. The Mercury glass look. That's what it's called. The Mercury glass look. So, yeah. And these are the glass bulbs, and they do get really, really hot. So that's what they turned out looking like. And I'm sorry, in the end, I lost the last clip in the final look through. I did a final review of all of my bulbs, and for some reason, I don't know what happened to that last clip with the silver Mercury glass looking bulbs. But I'm gonna do Decorate With Me soon, and you'll be able to see all of my bulbs, because I got 9 Christmas trees that I'm gonna put up in my home. So stay tuned for that, you guys.
Christmas is coming. Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your present. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah. Staying up late looking out the window. Yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Spotting some sleigh rides and some jingle bells. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too.
Okay, so I'm finishing up the Mercury glass looking bulbs, and they're coming out nice. The key to this is to just make sure the Looking Glass spray dries good on the inside of the bulb. But again, just make sure you're using a blow dryer instead of a heat gun like how I was using. And this is what they turned out looking like, you guys. So let's go on to the next project, because we got a lot of stuff to do. We're going to keep this video moving. So I did a larger bulb. I got this bulb from Dollar Tree just to see how it looks and the difference. See the difference? That's plastic with the and the difference in the glass ones that's in the box. So you're going to get a different shine to me if you use the plastic. Yeah, this is what they came out looking like with the plastic, and they're really pretty, but to me they had a better look in glass. But if you can't use glass because you got children or animals that'll knock them off the tree, 'cause they will break, don't use the glass. Use the plastic ones, but they give off a beautiful effect. So here, we're on to the next project. I got some more of those big bulbs from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna add some paint inside of these bulbs. This is pretty much a different technique, and those needles, those syringe paint needles, I got from Hobby Lobby. And what I'm doing here is I got a couple little jars of paint, apple barrel paints, and champagne and browns and all the colors that I liked that inspired me. And I'm just adding them into that giant Christmas bulb, making sure that no paint drips on the outside. You want all of it on the inside. And it goes in really, really thick. So just be mindful of that. But what I use to thin it out when I, swirl it around is I put a couple spritzes of my water and vinegar into the bottle and just let it swirl around. Swirl the bulb around and let all the paint just go around in a circular motion. And layering your colors is key. You have to layer all your colors, and you're going to come out with a really, really nice effect. Now, mind you, this is a little, consuming. It's, it does take a little time, but in my opinion, it was worth it because I didn't want to spend the money that they were asking for on Pinterest for one bulb that looks like these. And in a set of 4, they was asking for $34.99 for bulbs that had this kind of swirl painted effect. And they weren't even this big. The bulbs that I saw on Pinterest, they weren't nowhere near the size of these. So I was pretty happy with the way how they turned out. So is it a little work? Yes, but it's worth it. And see right there, I just squirted in some of my water and vinegar to thin out the paint to help it run around. And yeah, you keep doing that until you get the desired effect. And see how I got an old egg crate down there on the table? That's what I sat my bulbs on to let the excess paint drain out into. And it didn't make a mess. Those old-fashioned egg crates like that, they held, that egg crate held a lot of paint, as you could see inside of those little pockets in there, and I didn't have to worry about a mess being made. So I'm going to do this to about 4 oversized bulbs, and stay tuned to see how they turned out.
Christmas is coming, roasting some chestnuts on the fire. Yeah, Christmas is coming, yeah. Celebration and surprises. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Ooh, yeah. Tell all your brothers, sisters, and mama and papa too. Oh yeah, yeah. Christmas, Christmas is coming. Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your present. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah. Staying up late looking out the window. Yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Spotting some sleigh rides and some jingle bells. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah. Roasting some chestnuts on the fire, yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Celebration and surprises. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Ooh, yeah. Tell all your brothers, sisters, and mama and papa too. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now here I got my second container of glass bulbs, and I'm gonna go for a dark chocolate, a melted chocolate look. So I'm gonna be using a combination of paint and this ink. It's in a really pretty color. I got it from Hobby Lobby. It's in like a dark brown, and I got it from Hobby Lobby, and it's ink. It's ink that you would use to put in an ink pen, one of those ink pens. But I'll be experimenting, y'all. I just figured I'd pick it up to see if I could get that, just to see, like, if I could get that brown, pretty glow that I saw in those bulbs, in the pictures that I showed you guys, in my, yeah, see that part right there, it was coming out a little dark to me in my inspiration pictures. That's what I was trying to think of. The inspiration pictures that I pulled off of Pinterest, the brown wasn't this dark, but at any rate, we're gonna work with it, because in the end I just kept working with it and it came out really nice. So if you use this color, I would suggest to have something else to thin it out with. Like, see how I'm going in with a little bit of antique gold paint. See how now it begins to look a little better. It's not as dark. It was just too dark for me, because this season I do want to incorporate some more dark colors, some more warm colors into my dining room, into the formal dining room, and into the trees in the great room. So instead of buying those bulbs, because again, if you go on Pinterest, they're really expensive, and you know, I got really big trees. I would need to, you know, get at least, you know, 30 of those bulbs. But if they're, you know, $34 for 4 bulbs, there's no way, you know. So I decided to just do this on my own, and you know, try my luck at making my own custom made bulbs. Now you can just do a few bulbs just to have like as accent bulbs on your tree. Now see, that looks much better. I like how that came out, because it's not so chocolatey dark, and it has, you know, some different colors. You'll see the golds, and you'll see some of the champagne color that I put in there. And again, use a regular blow dryer, because that heat gun made this glass so hot in my hand. You know, I don't understand how I did it. But yeah, so make sure if you try this, to just use a regular blow dryer and blow dry some of the paint dry on the inside. And so right here, the paint has, you know, dried up on the inside. I'm just going around the top part of the bulb. I put the lid back on the bulb, and I'm just going over it with some black paint, because in the end I'm going to use my rub and buff on it to give it that old vintage look that I've been looking for this season. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Christmas is coming, roasting some chestnuts on the fire. Yeah, Christmas is coming, yeah. Celebration and surprises. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Ooh, yeah. Tell all your brothers, sisters, and mama and papa too. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so right here I'm just going in, dabbing on a little bit of the silver rub and buff in silver leaf. I only have the rub and buff in 3 colors. I have it in 4 colors. I have the silver leaf, I have the Spanish copper, and I have the gold leaf, and I have the antique gold. Each one of the rub and buffs give off a different color. Even the both of the golds, the antique gold looks way different than the gold leaf. The gold leaf to me is more shiny, whereas to the antique gold is exactly what it is. It's antique. It gives the whatever you rub it on that antique, rustic, vintage gold look. So there. I just dabbed it on. And this is what the bulb turned out looking like, and I'm just so pleased. I can't wait to hang these on my tree, you guys. Yeah, it was a little, messy, but the end result is, I just can't believe how nice they came out. And here's the thing, these are old bulbs that the little ones that I did in the other clip that I showed you guys. I had those bulbs for over a decade. I had those bulbs for like 10 years. And, I was getting tired of them, and I was figuring I was going to retire them. Now right here, I'm just dabbing on some of the ink that I put inside the bulbs. You could use it on the outside as well. You could dab it on, and it gives a beautiful effect on the outside, as you can see. And it dries really quickly, so you don't have to worry about it, drying, taking a long time to dry. This and the rub and buff dries really, really fast, like within a minute or so. It dries up. Look at that. And it gives it a little texture too. It gave the bulbs a little texture. So I was very pleased with that. But yeah, I had some of those bulbs that I redid over for like a decade. And I just wanted, I was thinking about, just retiring those bulbs, just not using them no more, and probably donating them and just getting all new bulbs. But then once I, said to myself, well, with a little bit of paint, maybe I could try to recreate, that look, those vintage looks that I seen on Pinterest with those old bulbs, and maybe just only get a few new bulbs, like the oversized bulbs that I got from Dollar Tree. Now look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that. They came out so close to my inspiration pictures that I saw on Pinterest. I couldn't believe it. Now for those 4 bulbs on Pinterest, they wanted $34.99 for just 4 bulbs. And yeah, it took me a couple minutes, and my fingers getting a little painted up, but I got my own for a fraction of the cost, okay? And I'm just going to keep on going now that they came out looking like that. And you guys, look at what they look like 2 hours later. They had all dried. The ink dried on the insides of the bulbs. And the ones at the top, those ones where my hands is on, they have texture. Yep, those have texture on them. Right here. And these guys down here are the smooth ones. They don't have, they just have the color on the inside of the bulb. And I made that a little more caramel colored, and this one a little more chocolate marble. But all in all, I'm so pleased with the way how they came out, you guys. I can't, oh my goodness, I'm so happy. I can't wait to put these on my tree. I cannot wait. So if I could do it, and this was the first time I attempted this, you can do it too.
And then head into
Oh my goodness, I just can't wait to put these on my tree. I cannot wait. Meanwhile, the oversized bulbs that I that I bought from Dollar Tree, they were drying, and look at the end game of them, you guys. And I sometimes I be doing too much. I added some feathers. I got these feathers from Hobby Lobby. They were $1.99 for the pack. And I decided to kind of, spruce them up a little bit. And I hot glued some feathers. I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but, like as far as with the decor that I'm using. But I just couldn't resist. Sometimes I be doing too much. But I had those pack of feathers just laying around. And I figured, well, why not go all in? So I figured, let's just glue a couple feathers on, some of the oversized bulbs to, give them a little unique look. And I was pleasantly surprised with how they came out. I just laid down a couple feathers across the tops and around the sides of these oversized bulbs that I got from Dollar Tree. And those were the clear bulbs, but after I poured some paint into them and swirled it around and let it dry, they came out so cute. I can't wait to put these on my tree. I cannot wait. So stay tuned for the decorate with me when I incorporate these bulbs. Oh, look at that. Cute, cute. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep putting on more and more until it fills out and it looks nice and cute.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeers coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been there.
Okay, so like in one of my other inspiration pictures, I wanted to incorporate some flock on some of the Christmas bulbs. And I got this flock for $3.49. I got it off of Etsy. And yeah, so this was the first time I worked with this flock. And it didn't come with much instructions, but I just kind of figured, okay, you got to get the flock to stick to the Christmas bulbs. So what I did was I just put some, I painted the bulbs the color that I wanted them to be painted. And they look like how they look is because I used a combination of baking soda and, believe it or not, cinnamon. Yes, cinnamon. To get them that color. So I put a mask on because the only thing on the instructions that the flock came with was a little note in the container saying to, make sure you don't sneeze around the flock because it'll go everywhere. And it's a real light powdery substance. So if you sneeze or cough or whatever, it'll go everywhere. And I don't think it's good to just inhale it, going up your nose. So I just put on a mask. Now, I just got the regular Mod Podge. I got it in matte. And I picked up some Elmer's adhesive spray. Now, I don't think I'm going to use the adhesive spray because that gets all over and, it's good for certain projects. But this one, I don't want anything blowing anywhere. So I'm going to use the matte Mod Podge. And again, that brown Christmas bulb looks like that because I mixed I used brown acrylic paint, and I mixed regular cinnamon that I got out of Dollar Tree with into the paint and painted the bulb, but it didn't give me the texture that I wanted. So that's when I went on ahead and purchased the flock off of Etsy. But if you like that look, then by all means use it. All I did was add into some brown paint, a little bit of baking soda, and about 5 teaspoons of really cheap ground cinnamon that I got out of Dollar Tree. And that's what the bulb came out looking like. It had texture and it smelled like cinnamon. You know, it smelled like cinnamon. But it wasn't textured enough for me. So I decided to just, you know, go ahead on and pull the trigger and buy some of this flock that's all over, you know, that's all over Pinterest that everybody's using to give their bulbs that velvety look. But then by all means, if you know, if you feel like you could get some velvet fabric and glue it onto your bulbs, then that's a good idea as well. But I didn't want any lines in my bulbs, and I couldn't figure out how to put fabric on without having a whole bunch of lines on the fabrics, on the bulb. So I just decided to just do the flock. Okay, so this is how I am adding on the flock. I know it might be a easier way out there. Some people I've seen on YouTube, they put the bulbs in a box and they have this little device and they blow the stuff onto the bulbs. But again, I didn't want this stuff blowing all over my workspace. So I just figured I'd just get a paper plate and use a spoon and put the bulb down on the paper plate and just spoon it on, you know, pat it down, pat the excess off, and just keep repeating this step until I get the desired texture that I wanted. And it worked out for me.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeers coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. The snow is laying 2 feet deep. Now wish upon a falling star, so all your secret dreams can come true. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry
Okay, so I just finished up all the other bulbs just like that, doing the same technique. You can't go wrong if you try this technique. Okay, so now here is my jam. I got my plaster of Paris, and I'm gonna be making those bulbs from my inspiration pictures that look like cement. Okay, so I just used some silver folk art metallic paint, and I'm mixing it in with some of the plaster of Paris right there on that plate, as you can see, and I'm just painting it on the bulb just like that. Now I used two different color grays. I used the metallic gray on some of the bulbs, and I used a elephant gray. Now they still came out, looking like cement, but they came out and looking like two different color cements that you would probably see on a city street or something like that, or like on a sidewalk. Sometimes the cement dries differently on different sidewalks depending on their mixture. So I have two different colors of solid cement ornaments, and they turned out nice. I really loved the way how they turned out. So you guys stay tuned to see how they turned out. But yeah, so I just put a little pile of the plaster of Paris onto the plate, and on one side where the paint is, I just swirl in some of the plaster of Paris as I need it into the paint. And make sure when you mix the plaster of Paris into the paint, make sure that it's nice and creamy. Make sure that you don't have no lumps in your paint, and make sure that the plaster of Paris is mixed in really nice into your paint mixture, and it should go on nice, and it should glide on just like how it's gliding on. It should glide on nicely like that, and you should be able to rub out any lines that you leave. It's just like laying cement. You scrape out any lines and smooth everything out. It's going to give the bulb nice texture, and when it dries, it's going to have that cement look. I just absolutely love this plaster of Paris. I think this is the best discovery of 2023 for me, was the plaster of Paris. So I'm going to let that dry, and I decided to do these little picks that I got from Walmart. These little reindeer picks. So I figured, those bulbs in the plaster of Paris and the cement look would look really nice. Let's see what these reindeers turn out looking like. So this was just a last minute thing for me. I decided to give these reindeers a coat of plaster of Paris to give them that cement look, because I have an inspiration picture of some ornaments that I saw at Restoration Hardware on their website. And Restoration Hardware, I love their stuff, but again, it was just too pricey for me. They have these beautiful cement soldiers, these cement nutcrackers. Now, they are so beautiful. That was my inspiration, was the cement nutcrackers that you could find on Restoration Hardware's website. But they were like $399 a piece. And I felt like, no, that's too high, when all I could do is just experiment with some of this plaster of Paris and get that same look. So this is what the reindeer is looking like. And I'm pretty pleased. This is gliding on nice and smooth. And the reindeer is taking on the cemented look, and I just can't wait till they dry so you guys could see what they look like. I'm very pleased with the way how my cemented items turned out. So I did these reindeers. I did some reindeers in the plaster of Paris. I did a couple of the my Christmas ornaments, the balls, the round bulbs, in the plaster of Paris. And I got some little nutcrackers, some wooden nutcrackers that I covered in the plaster of Paris as well. And look at how they look, you guys. Those ones are in the darker color cement, and that's in the metallic. These two bulbs are done with the metallic paint, and those ones are done with the flock, and those ones haven't been done yet. So I just took a day to just do my crafts back to back to back, and look how that looks. If that don't look like it's cement, oh my goodness, I don't know where I'm gonna decorate or use these picks, but they're gonna be somewhere in my decor. And here's those little nutcrackers. I got these from Hobby Lobby, and they were, I think they were $3.99 or $4.99. They were really inexpensive. So I decided to use the that regular elephant gray and some of the metallic gray paint. See, look at that. I'm making a mess. I'm too excited, y'all. I done dropped the paint in the plaster of Paris mix. See, I be doing too much. I'm too excited because of how all my crafts are turning out. Look at all that paint on the side. See, I be doing too much. I be overexcited. So there. Yeah, I'm not editing that out. We're going to keep it real over here, okay? So see, that's the elephant gray right there, and that's the metallic gray. Now, I'm going to mix some of the plaster of Paris in with the metallic gray. And like I said, when you mix it in, because the plaster of Paris is a fine powdery substance as well, you want to make sure that it's mixed in really nice and your paint is nice and creamy. Or otherwise, the plaster of Paris will start hardening on you real fast, like, because it's plaster. It'll start hardening on you. But make sure that it's like a 50-50 mixture, you know, 50-50, you know, half paint, half plaster. So the plaster won't harden on you before you finish painting out your project or putting it on your project, because I have had that happen to me. I added too much plaster of Paris and just a little bit of paint, and what happened was, before I even finished painting the plaster of Paris on what it was that I was painting it on, it started getting hard like cement. You know, and I had to throw that plate of plaster of Paris away because it had gotten too hard, and it hardened on my paintbrush. You know, I had to throw the paintbrush away as well. So just remember to make sure it's like an even mixture. And if your plaster of Paris do start hardening on you, you notice that it's getting hard, put a little more paint in. The key to it is just trying to keep it moist, the plaster of Paris moist, until you get it all applied on what it is that you're applying it on. And then you put it someplace, you put your project someplace where it could dry, and you know, you just don't touch it. Now see, I don't mind those lines in there from my paintbrush because I want them to look like cement. And I think that helps them look like cement. Now, I just jumped over to this little project. I made these bells out of soda cans. I'm not going to show you how I made those bells myself because there's videos all over YouTube how to make them out of soda cans. But if you put in the comments that you want to see how I made mine, you know, if I get enough people requesting for me to show them my technique, then I will do a video and show you guys how I made my bells. But all my holiday bells I made by hand with items that I got from the Dollar Tree and old soda cans, you know, that was about to go out in the recycle bin. I decided to break them open and bust them up and, you know, make bells. So if that's something that you want to see, put it in the comments. And if I have enough people asking to, you know, see my method, then I will make some more bells and show you guys, okay? But other than that, if not, there's plenty of videos on this, you know, how to make these on YouTube, okay? So here I'm just rubbing on. I'm just basically showing you how the rub and buff works. This stuff is so good, and a little goes a long way. All I needed was a little dab of it, and look how it made the bell look. It was completely black. I painted the soda can completely black, and I just used a little bit of the antique gold rub and buff, and look how it made that soda can look. And a little goes a long way. And again, this is the antique gold rub and buff, because they have two popular ones. They have the antique gold, which is what you see here, the antique gold, and they have the gold leaf. Now the gold leaf is more like a metallic, but if you want that antique look like this, then you would use the antique gold. Okay, so here is my inspiration pictures that I lifted off of Pinterest for all of the things that, you know, the projects that I did. These are all the inspiration pictures. Those are the inspiration pictures from Restoration Hardware of the nutcrackers, the cement nutcrackers, and these are mine. These are my projects, how they came out. Look at the cement bulbs, you guys, and I put a little gold accent on those ones. You guys, I can't be I'm just so beside myself. I cannot believe how pretty they came out. Look at that. Look at that. I can't wait to put up my tree, you guys. And the vintage bulbs, look at that. They got texture, they got color. Look at those bulbs, you guys. I did that. I did that. I can't wait to put them on my tree. I just cannot wait. So yeah. And these ones are old bulbs. Like I said, I had those bulbs right there. That bulb that I just sat down, I had that bulb for over a decade. You know, and I just decided to put some rub and buff on it and just, you know, give them a facelift. So don't throw away your old bulbs. Figure out something to do with it. Go out to Hobby Lobby, get you some rub and buff, and do this technique to those bulbs and give them a new look. And, you know, keep your money, keep your good money in your pocket, you know, instead of buying all brand new bulbs. And look, I got some down there drying. I just can't believe how nice they came out, you guys. And the ones with the cement on them, see, I put some color on to some of them. You know, they came out so nice. And yeah, I got a lot going on. I still got fall decor up. This is at my on my dining room table, my formal dining room table. But we ain't even gonna worry about that, because we got a lot going on. We pulling out Christmas stuff, and I had a lot of DIYs to do, and I wanted to show you guys this stuff. Okay, so again, you could see the different colors in the cement. See, one is a darker gray and one is a lighter gray. And this one is the one with the cinnamon that I used on the bulb, and I put some rub and buff on the bulb. You know, I just can't believe how nicely they turned out. So if you stuck with me this long, you guys, I thank you all for tuning in. And if you like what you see, you know, comment and subscribe, and try these techniques for yourself. You know, give your bulbs a good facelift. And yeah, stay tuned, because I'll be decorating in a few days, putting these ornaments on the tree. I have several trees I'm going to be putting up throughout my home. And yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see how everything turns out, and come along and decorate with me. So again, like I said, try out these techniques, and because I can't be more pleased with how everything turned out. So again, thank you for watching, and like and subscribe.